Next up, we have a very exciting Kickstarter. I've actually been really looking forward to this because I have a soft spot for Munchkin in most of its billion incarnations that it's in now.
Yep.
But I do have a soft spot for Munchkin, and I always wanted to have a tabletop mini kind of version of Munchkin. Now, there was Munchkin Quest.
There was also Munchkin Deluxe, I believe, had a board to it.
Which was close, but it never quite did it for me. I wonder if Simon have done it this time around with Munchkin Dungeon.
Yeah, so this is a collaborative effort between Simon and Steve Jackson Games. Eric Lang is one of the people behind the game design of this, so that should be a good sort of seal of approval for it. It obviously also means that Justin will never win the game, as that tends to be. But also, this is for 2 to 5 players. You'll take on the role of Munchkin, as you might imagine, and you'll do dungeon delving. And it will take on a lot of the properties that you know from the card game, so you'll be kicking down doors, encountering monsters, judging cards being thrown at you by your opponents, not quite literally, but still sort of things to trip you up and things like that. You'll be defeating monsters, trying to gain as much loot as you can, and gain fame, because the first person to get to 20 fame is the winner. The other way that the game can end is that if you defeat the boss monster at the very bottom of the dungeon 3 times, you'll be able to end the game that way, and the person with the most fame will be the winner as well. Now, one of the things that I had as an interesting sort of question about this is how on earth they were going to deal with that sort of backstabbing mechanic.
Yes.
And as the game is played, you accrue what's called I think it's I've got it listed somewhere in here, but I can't remember what it's called now. Never mind. It's called threat. That's it. It's called threat. I found it. Threat tokens are added to.
The threat's just got him.
Everyone else at the table to screw you over.
Yeah, so Ben has turned into a kung fu movie. Okay, Ben, we're still here, man. We're with you.
We might need to backtrack just a little bit.
So backtrack just a bit, Ben, and pretend that none of us know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so a pool of threat is generated by things appearing on the tabletop and the dungeons rooms that you move through. This threat is then used to pay for the cards of everyone around the table to screw you over.
Right.
So it's not like every card can be thrown at you at once and that's it. You have to manage the pool of threat and how you affect that player, because you might need it for someone else later down the line. So there's a really cool sort of element of sort of resource management in there for the way that you can screw people over, which I think is much better than how the card game handles it, where it's kind of like everyone throw cards at the person and now the other person wins and gets It's very cool.
We're seeing some amazing models here. The stone golem and the grassy knoll.
The miniatures for this are looking great. They're a really nice representation of the miniatures that you get in the characters that you got in the card game, which I thought was really cool. As I say, there's a real sort of sense of nice depth to this. I love that there's no player elimination, because you just get sent back to the start and you can go back straight through again, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I think if you like Munchkin, then this is probably going to be a really cool way for you to take it down to the tabletop and screw each other over. If you're not a fan of Munchkin, maybe give it a go. Maybe don't buy it, but potentially see if some friends have got it or if a local game store has it later on down the line, and give it a go with them and see what you think, because it might be a really cool sort of like sort of blow off steam style game that you want to sit down and play at the tabletop. So yeah.
But if you've never played Munchkin, you could probably just play the card game and have a feel of where this is going.
Yeah.
Because all Munchkin games pretty much have the same feel to them, don't they?
Yeah, very much. So again, a lot of those kind of similar mechanics are being sort of taken from the card game into the board game. So as Lloyd says there, if you want to play the card game, you'll probably get a good feel for how this will be and whether or not it'll be a good fit for your group.
There's a Minotaur in there that's pushing Zealot hard for being one of the best Minotaurs I've ever seen.
Yes. Oh, did you like the one in there? Did you?
It's good. I think it's
okay. So Munchkin Dungeon has 16 days left, so go and check it out.